Okay. Finally.
Yes. I have some, I don't know. I am really like losing my marbles.
Okay.
I know you said it was signs. I heard you say that it was signs, but like the last month, it's been like perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it just like, it hurt me so bad to get the text. And I was like, what is going on? He won't explain anything to me. So I'm so confused. Like,
Yeah. Now you said last month was fine. How long were y'all together?
altogether, we've been together 7 years. And
Well,
it's
how
been
was
an
the
uphill
7 years?
battle. It's been
Yeah.
an uphill battle.
Yeah, it's been an uphill battle. So that's why I'm sure that 1 month you were like, okay, there's some resolution. But then today you're like, damn, it's over. Now, have you talked to him?
I tried calling him. He's not picking up my calls. He's not answering my texts. And I'm like, I don't. And it was so weird because I got off of work this morning and he sent me a text and he was like, I really love you, you know, all of that. I went to sleep because I work night shift, obviously. And I woke up to this text and he was just like, I'm done. It's over. And I was like, and I've been calling, and that happened like at 1 o'clock today. And I'm like, I just don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I know, and I talked to you one time before about it. And you told me, you was like,
Yeah.
I have to look at the positive side of the things, you know, remember the good times and stuff that with him and I. And I also start kind of focusing more on myself. And it's like, the more I come in tune with myself, the further apart we are becoming. And I don't like it.
That remember what I told you is y'all because y'all are not on the same frequency. And y'all and that's what happened. The more you start working on yourself and loving yourself, the more there was not a space for him in your life, because obviously he did not resonate with that. Because anybody that truly love you and they see that you're loving yourself and your light is coming back, they're gonna be like a moth to that flame. But because he was not a moth to your flame, he was like, oh no, like, oh, he was a bat. He was a bat to your flame. And you know bats cannot stand the light.
Right.
And so what's happening is that everything that you're asking the universe for, it's making a way for that. But you're resisting. And that's why you're crying. And that's why you're confused. And that's why you're calling him, because the universe was like, baby, now what you really deserve is coming. People are like, no, but I want that. And the universe is like, no, that's not what you deserve. So the best thing that they could have done for you was just leave. Like, rip that Band-Aid off and just leave. And yeah, it hurts. It hurts like hell. And it's okay. It's okay, girl. Cry it out. Cry. Get that relief. Because right now, all you need is relief. You nowhere near happiness right now. You just need relief. Because now your life is going to start. Your life is about to start. You understand? And so you're going to have to allow. You got to allow what's happening. And he might end up coming back.
But that's my thing. I don't know if I should even do that anymore. You know, like after this it's just like I'm like, because I was so upset. I went in, you know what I'm saying? I just went and talked to his mom and I was like, I don't know what the issue is. And we had a long even she told me, she was like, it's time for you to just let it go. You know, you tried. And she was like, baby, it comes a point in your life where you just have to walk away, but I don't want to walk away.
I know it's hard. Becoming who you really are, having a life that is beautiful, it is hard. We're not programmed to want the very best for ourselves. We're not. We're not programmed to love ourselves. We're not. So then when we're forced to do it, that shit hurts. It hurts. Remember what I told you, Kimmy? I said, don't worry about the relationship. Focus on what's good. Work on yourself. And I said, if he's on the same frequency, he will raise up. But if not, he gonna leave.
Yeah.
See, you know what happened? He's taking the baggage of y'all's relationship with him. See, this time you're not taking the baggage with you because you're standing still. But see, when he leave, he take that shit with him. But I told you, if you leave, you're taking that shit with you.
Right.
So he's taking it with him. So now you can truly build a foundation for yourself. You can truly start working on yourself and figuring out what you love. Because didn't I say you was on a Jupiter line?
Yep.
Yeah, you on a Jupiter. So as long as you focus on being optimistic and focus on abundance and focus on love, your Jupiter line is going to give you more of that. That's what Jupiter does. Whatever you focus on, Jupiter is going to expand it. So because your relationship was so turbulent, it was turbulent for 7 years. And now that it's being pulled away, it's like, you're like, oh my gosh, because it's a lot. It's a lot. You held on to a lot. You see? And so right now, you just gotta just self-love. Be around people that care about you. Like, just right now, you just need to feel love. And be around people that you know love you. And be around people that support you and uplift you. Because right now, you're very vulnerable right now. And you're hurt. It's okay. We don't have to pretend. Like, you don't be like, I'm fine. No, you're not fine. Like, you know.
And that's one thing that you told me, that I have to be honest with my feelings.
Yes.
And I guess that's another hard thing for me, you know, being a Sagittarius and my moon in Virgo and stuff like that. And it's just hard for me to be vulnerable and like express my feelings and stuff. But I'm trying, and that even hurts, you know, when I have to do that, because I'm so used to keeping it to myself and trying to deal with it myself. And I guess with all of that and, you know, trying to become the purpose, you know, the person that I'm supposed to be. And then on top of that, this happens. I was just, I felt like everything was just falling apart. Like, I was like, what is happening? And, you know, I have so many other good things going on in my life. And then it's always like that. Like, this be going on. And it's just like, this other part of my life just falls apart. And I'm like, oh my God.
Well, you know, all it is perspective. What's your Mercury in?
Libra.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's the reason why your perspective feels like what has fallen apart is bad, because it's just like a damaged building, a building that has been infiltrated with like rodents and an old building. Well, what do you have to do to restore that place? You have to knock the building down to rebuild it up. So that's what's happening with you. Everything is being knocked down so that you can be rebuilt back up. But because of your Mercury in Libra, your identity, how you think, is through another. And relationships are important. What house is your Mercury in?
I don't know right offhand.
Well, Mercury in Libra is enough to know. But that Mercury in Libra is about relationships. Libra is about harmony and balance. Libra don't want to deal with stuff they don't have to deal with. You want to keep things copacetic. So right now, you feel in your mind, your perception is saying that, oh my God, the balance is off. Oh my God, you don't have your partner. Oh my God, you're single. Nobody is going to love you. Now what? Like, that's all going in your head. That in Libra is what's going on in your head, but that's not reality. That is not reality. I'm telling you right now. What happened is he texted you, said he didn't want to be with you no more, and that was it. That's what happened, right? That's what actually happened. But what you are adding on to the story is your emotions. What you're adding on to the story is your perception. And you see how that story can be disconfigured because of your perception and because of your emotions? Mm-hmm. So we can't always trust it. But it's important for you to be aware of your perception and of your feelings, because they can dictate your reality. Okay? Because why you're crying is because of what you're thinking. Right now you're thinking, oh my God, it's over. Everything got taken away from me. Girl, nothing didn't get taken away from you because you didn't have nothing. Now everything is coming to you. Everything is coming to you. But you have to open yourself to receive. Don't close it. This is not the time to close off. And a lot of times we want to close off. A lot of times and I'm very thankful that you reached out to me and you came on live. This is growth. You coming on live and you're crying, you're sharing, and I bet you are helping someone right now. One person you have helped. This takes one. And you did that. You did that. And the only reason why you did that is because he left. The bat left. Remember that. You want a moth to your flame, not a bat. Okay? You don't want no bat flying around you. You want butterflies and moths, and you know that they love your light. You know, bats, they're afraid of the light. So you just have to know, but you have to know he might come back.
And that's my thing. He always does, and I always let him back in. And I know, and I'm tired because I feel like I am so tired, and you know what I'm saying. I know I'm tired, and because every time he's around, I always tell him I was like, he's like one of those a succubus. Like I can tell that he draws like my positive energy because he's so negative. And I used to think, oh my God, you know, we balance each other out, you know. And I was like, because I'm kind of like a free-willed person, you know, I do whatever. I'm impulsive. And he is more of a grounded person. So that it led me to believe that I needed him to keep me grounded, and he needed me to show him how to have fun, you know. And my thing is like, I don't understand why I keep taking him back after everything. Is like, why am I doing this? And I can't figure it out. I'm like, is it me? I keep looking, I was like, because you always use like, it's not the person, it's not the person's problem, it's you. You got to fix you. You know what I'm saying? Because the person is just a reflection of me. So I was like, okay, if it's not him, it's me. So I need to work on this aspect of my life. So I started doing that, and you know what I'm saying, like everything will be going good. Like he's gone now, but I know if he does get in contact with me, I'm gonna be like, oh my God, you know, like, why are you doing this? Like, what can I do to do better? What can I do to make you happy? Like, it's like that. And he'll be like, okay, this is it. I need you to, you know, whatever. And I wanna train, like I wanna be the person he wants me to be. And with me, and I know it's crazy, but I'm just being honest and I'm being open.
Oh,
and
no, it's not crazy. I just feel you. I feel you.
Yeah. And I was like, I want to be the person he wants me to be, because I feel like, okay, this is going to make him love me even more. This is going to make him stay. And when I do that, it's like he comes back around and he's like, you're not the person you used to be. And you're not this and you're not that. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do here? Like, one end you telling me you need me to be this person. The next end is like, why aren't you the same person I met in the beginning? Why aren't you that girl anymore? You've lost her. And like, I think, you know, a little bit like in 2016, I got shot. And that kind of like, it changed a lot of my perspective on how I see things and like just belief. Because I come from the South, and, you know, I was raised in like Christianity and stuff. But after I got shot and the things that I experienced, dying twice, being in a coma, just led me to believe differently. And on my search, you know, when that happened, from 2016 to this present moment, I've been on the search to find what I saw in my coma. And somehow I ran into you guys, you know, with carbonation. That's how I first got introduced to you.
Yeah.
And it kind of started awakening me. I was like, okay, maybe this is, you know, something I need to look into. And then I started kind of studying it and stuff. And it's just like, ever since 2016, I've been on this path of growth and, you know, just becoming a better me. And then I reached out to you when, you know, you did my birth chart and my debilitations and stuff. And I've really been, you know, trying to study it and just trying to become a better me. And with my guy, it's like, the more I go up this way, he's either going to pull me down. And I know this because I see it, but I love him and I don't want to leave him. Or he walks away. But I also allow him to come right back in after he walked away. And I don't know why I do that.
Gwendolyn said, explain what you've seen. Please share with us.
Okay, hold on just a minute. Yes. I don't know where your charger is. But in 2016, the day before Father's Day, I got shot. I was at my sister's house in Waycross, and we were sitting on the porch. It was a drive-by shooting, and I got shot 5 times. I got shot in my face, my back. I got a little scar right here. My back, my side, and then both of my legs. But anyways, when they took me to the hospital, the first hospital they took me to, I died. And it was so weird because my mom said they came and told the family, oh, we lost her. But like in the next moments, they came back and said, oh, she's not dead. She's alive. So we're going to life flight her. And so my thing is, I think when I was in my coma, this is what I experienced.
Okay.
It was like the first place that I went, it was like a garden. And it just had like trees and flowers and it was just so peaceful. Like, it was so peaceful. It was like, when I explain my story, I tell people, I say, you take your happiest moment that you ever had in your life, times and time the biggest number, and you're still not going to even feel just a little bit of what I felt in that moment.
What?
And when I was in this garden, I say Jesus because, that's the religion that I had grew up on.
Yeah.
And I was walking and we were talking, and it seemed like he was there forever. And the conversation that we had, to this day, I still can't remember, but I remember looking down and he was holding my hand. And I was like, oh my God, like I made it into heaven, because I felt like that peace and that serenity. I was like, oh my God, I made it into heaven, because of just my beliefs and stuff. And then after we was talking, I could hear his voice, and he told me, he said, I have to show you hell. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't make it, And I remember I just was pleading with him. I was like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. But he grabbed me by my ankle, and we went down, like down. And the first place that we went to, it was like a 4x4 square, and you can see through on all 4 sides, like you can see through it. And it was I explained them, they look like shadows. Like, that's the only thing that I can explain, like, for people to understand what I saw. The things inside the box, they looked like shadows. And I heard the voice of Jesus tell me, he was like, what you live by is what you die by. And I was like, I don't understand. And I was put inside this box with these shadow beings. And inside of this box, because one of my hardest hurdles that I had to jump over, like when I was in my younger days, was being very promiscuous. I was. And when I was inside this box with these shadows, can I help you? I don't know where your charger is there, yeah. I really don't. And when I was inside of there, they had me strapped down to like this chair, and they surrounded me. Like these little shadows, they just surrounded me. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, what is going on? And I just remember pleading with Jesus. I was like, can you please take me from here? Like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. And at that instance, I went to another section, and it looked like, I tell people, it looked like flowing lava. If it puts you in the mind of anything, it would be flowing lava. Like, I didn't see souls. I didn't see people in this, but it looked just like flowing lava.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear the voice of Jesus then. And then I went to, it was like steps. Like, in this last steps that I went to, it looked like a cliff. And I remember looking over, and it was like the darkest black that I had ever seen in my life. The darkest black. And then I heard his voice again. He said, this is the pits of hell, but you're not permitted to go there because you're not dead. And at that moment, I went into this space. It was nothing. Like, nothing. It was just a space of nothing. And I heard my oldest son, he kept calling me. He kept saying, Mama, Mama. So I started running, trying to reach him, because I could hear him calling for me. In this space of nothing, it wasn't no color. It wasn't nothing, just nothing. And it felt empty. And as I was running, trying to reach my son that I heard calling me, mama, 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 this lady, she appeared. She just, and I hadn't seen her in years, but she just appeared and she went away. And I just got really tired, and I just remember saying, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. And I sat down. And when I sat down, I crossed my legs. You know how you sit in Indian style? I just crossed my
Yeah.
legs Indian style. And I closed my eyes. And when I opened my eyes again, it was like I was in this room. It was like computers. And those shadows being the people that I seen the first time, they were there again. And this time they surrounded me in a circle. And I just remember seeing like all the computer stuff behind them and stuff. I was like, what is going on? And one step forward out of the circle, and they gave me two choices. They said, you can either go back and you're going to have to suffer for a little while, but you will come into your purpose. Or you can decide to have everything erased and still go back, but you won't be yourself. Like, I can't really explain like what they meant when they said that, but they gave me two choices. I can go back and everything will be erased and no, like it never happened. Like I never got shot. None of it never happened. Or I can choose to go back and I'm going to have to, they said I was going to have to suffer for a little while, but I will come into my purpose. Then the little shadow thing stepped back into the circle. And I just remember thinking, I was like, how can I, and I was like, how can I go back like nothing ever happened? So I thought it, and then I asked it out loud. And one of the things stepped back forward, and they said, those are your two choices. You have to choose now. And I chose to go back. But I knew I was going to have to suffer a little while because they told me. Whatever those things was, they told me. Yeah. And I was like, I choose to go back and deal with whatever I have to deal with. And when I chose that, I was out my coma. I just remember opening my eyes. I have a little scar right here where I had a trach because I was on the vent and all. But I just remember opening my eyes and I was out my coma. And that's my experience. So that led me to believe that, and I know most people be like, oh, aliens and stuff is not real, but it's more. It's not just Jesus and, you know, all this other stuff. Like, if Christianity taught me that Jesus is everything, the universe is also everything, you know, so it's just the name that you call him by. So it just led me on a path of finding what happened in the end. What was that? Like, what was my purpose for seeing that? Like, nobody told me about, you know, I always heard about aliens and stuff, but nobody told me, like, they the giver and, you know, like, nobody told me about this part of it. You know what I'm saying? I knew about Christianity, so that's why I feel like I had the experience that I had in the beginning with Jesus and all, because that was my religion that I grew up on. But this end factor, no one told me about. What was it? How do I explain it? And I don't usually tell people because, like, I have told people and they think I'm crazy. They're like, you was in a room with computers and they gave you this choice and you chose that choice. But I was scared. Like, the two choices, out of the two choices, the only one that made sense to me was to go back and deal with what I had to deal with, because I couldn't understand, how can you erase what had happened?
Well, that's why most people are afraid to die, because the reason why we are afraid to die, because we feel we will lose our consciousness, our memory. So for you in that moment, and it's interesting, even in that moment, you had a choice to make, but you still were overthinking in the choice when you were faced with God, or we're just going to use that word. You were like, well, how can I do this? And that doesn't make any sense. But you never know. Maybe if you would have chose, I want to keep going and move on, you would have experienced a whole nother life. You might have reincarnated something else. So that is a powerful story. People were telling me to put this on YouTube and save it, because we hear about this all the time, that people have an outer body experience or they die and they go into that nothingness. And I guess how your subconscious played out is by your belief system. And I love what you said when you were like, whatever you live by is what you're going to die by. And that's amazing. And that's why we have to be very cautious of what we believe in, what we're giving our energies to. And that's why the program is so strong. Jesus, you know, a lot of us think we're going to die and we're going to go to hell because that programming of Jesus. But you just saw that because that was in your subconscious mind. That's what you were consciously told to believe in. So when you died in that moment, that's what you saw. So that is such a powerful story. Like all of that is so powerful, and it lets us know that it can be true about this outer body experience, about reincarnation. You know what I mean? And you had an experience. You got shot 5 times. You know, and you still able to come back because for you, your soul was not complete. Your mission was not complete, and that's the only reason why you came back. Because you had attachments. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You had an attachment, had to come back because of the attachment. And that's the reason why in this reality, you don't want to attach yourself to anything. You know, but I do believe that you came back for a reason, to fulfill something. And now you're in this state of mind now. And with what you told us, now what do you think you should do? I think you know the answer.
The thing that I feel like, especially from my reading that I got with you, and I was like, because I'm kind of resistant also. Like, I know what I'm supposed to be doing, but I fight against it because I'm scared. Because I'm like, you know how you want to take that first step, but you're like, oh, I really don't know how this is going to work. What if it doesn't? Da, 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 da. And it scares me. And then, like, when I got the reaction when I shared my story, like, some people was like, girl, you're crazy, da da da. So they kind of made me draw back even more, because I'm like, how can I deliver my message if people are not going to listen to me and really, you know, take it for what I know? You're going to have your naysayers and yaysayers, but the people that was closest to me kind of made me feel like, I don't think you should say that, you know, because like I said, I'm from the South. And for me to speak of something other than Jesus, it's like, oh, God, she has committed the ultimate sin. So it caused me to like draw back and kind of not be so.
And who are the people? Remember, everything is all in your mind, projecting out from you. So the people that's closest to you, what do they symbolize?
Like my mom, my sisters, friends.
What do the people symbolize? What do all of them symbolize in your mind? You can say devil, but you can also say negative thoughts. They're just your negative thoughts in manifestation form. So the reason why your life looks the way that it is, because if we were just in pure thought, then there's no experience. So the way God created it, to have the experience of his thoughts, he manifested it into form. So everything that you see is just thought. So the people in your life are just your own thoughts coming back to you. The man in your life that keeps leaving you, he's just your thoughts coming back to you. He's just showing you what you think of yourself, that I'm not worthy of love, that love needs to be hard, that it needs to be stressful. And so therefore that's what you think, so that's what you get. And then because you're fearful of life, your mama, your sister, your auntie, they're telling you you should be fearful of life. You shouldn't say that. Well, of course, it's just confirming to you your own thoughts. But you must change your thoughts to change your reality. And you had 26 people in here. I want to say you had 26 people in here that was listening to your story and are inspired by your story. And then somebody want me to upload it on my YouTube so everybody else can hear your story. Somebody to hear her story. So you're only focused on what's in front of you. And remember, and that's the one thing, you know, that I did learn, family is frequency, right? He used to always say that family is frequency. So these people around you are just at a certain frequency that is just reflecting back to you of what you think. But there's so much more out here, or you have so much possibility in your mind that you can create the people that you need in your life. See, that's the reason why I go on social media and I talk, because if I limit myself to the environment, then I'm not going to be able to help nobody. But because I put myself out there and I put thoughts out there, I'm creating my reality with my thoughts. That's why you're here with me, talking to me, because I put myself out here, and now I'm attracting back somebody that resonates with me. And that's what you have to do. And that's what you're doing. You're actually doing that now. I wish people could see your name and they could reach out to you, because you've helped a lot of people. A lot of people are going through what you're going through. But I can't sit here and tell you, oh, girl, you're great, you're powerful, you can do this. No, if you don't believe it, then it ain't going to happen. Like, it doesn't matter what I say.
Right.
And you know your story. You know your dialogue. You know how you and him are. You know that he going to probably come back. You know that it goes up and it goes down and all rich around. If that's what you want, if you want that type of relationship, stay in what you got. But if you want something different, do something different. If you know he going to come back, be ready for him. Be ready. Be like, nope, working on myself, work on you. I'm working on myself over here. You work on yourself over there. See you at the top. Right. And that's it. It's okay for you to be like, no, I'm working on me right now. But if you want that energy into your life, have the door wide open when he comes. It's your choice. It's just like what it said in that experience. You have two choices. You either can move forward or you can stay and wait for him to come back. It's your choice. I'm telling you right now, you have a voice and you have a message. And now we got 25 people in here that were listening to you and that you inspired. Even through your tears, you inspired someone. Because that's what humanity is about, inspiration and suffering. And that's how we connect with one another. It's through our own suffering. And now people feel you because it's something within themselves that's going through the same thing. You understand? So keep telling your story, girl. Keep telling your story. And you know what to do. And if you choose not to do it, okay, you're going to learn until that day comes again where the lights go out and you ain't going to get another option to do it again.
Right.
You know, so it's really up to you. I think you know what to do. I think you know.
I've always felt it, like I knew what to do. You know, I can feel it. I guess I just hate to do what I feel like I need to do. Like,
don't we all?
It's like with everything in my life, I'm always that way. Like, I know what I'm supposed to do, but I hold back because I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? But like you said, I got to remember it. It's all mental. So.
Yes, like, and this one thing you said, girl, I felt that you was just like, I'm trying to be what he need me to be. Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. If you try to please everyone else, girl, you might as well just be like, it's the end. Because you can't ever please nobody else. How can you please someone else when everybody else don't know how to please themselves? He don't know that man that you chasing. He don't know who he is. He don't know how to love himself. He got his own shit. I'm sure he got his own story too. And you trying to live up to an expectation that he's not even living for his own self. Like I said, our people is broken. We don't.
Yeah.
And so you trying to be something for somebody else is broken. You know,
And it's so funny because I got an opportunity because, you know, we talked about like where I need to be for the growth that I'm doing. Yeah. And I got the opportunity to actually leave, but he didn't want me to leave. And I stayed.
Yeah. Yeah. And that moon in Virgo, you will hold on relationships that are not for you. That moon sign of yours, Virgo people think they can fix everything. You get an emotion, the security from fixing things, from healing things. But then sometimes you don't realize you're the one that needs to be fixed and healed.
Yeah.
You know, and you hold things that need to be let go. You know, that's just the way it is for you. But you know that you're not a victim to it because you know knowledge is power. So you know. So now what you know, what you gonna do? You don't have to answer that right now. You don't have to answer that. That's just a question. So I always,
I needed this. I don't know. I really did. I seen you go live. I was like, oh my God, it's the universe. I was like, this girl that I work with, we're always talking about like manifesting and just, seeing the signs in the universe, and she told me, she was like, just write down some questions that you have. And she was like, the universe will answer. You just got to be open to receive the answer. And today I just was going through it. And then I seen your pen. I was like, oh my God, I need this.
It always happens.
So.
Oh, yeah, girl, because I was just like, oh. I said, I got to go. I said, Rambo, I got to go live. I have not been live all week. I haven't done nothing. I got to. And I did not have the energy. Even when I came on live at first, people were like, why are you down? And it's just because but then I pushed through. I pushed through. And look what happened. 3 hours later, and then you and I are talking, you helping people, you helping yourself. So it's bigger than us. It's bigger than you. You know what I mean? Like, I need to be coming on here every day, going live, like just talking and just being here for support. Like it's what I'm here to do. This is my purpose. My life no longer belongs to me. Like, it doesn't. Everything is working perfectly. Like, I don't even know what time it is. The baby's not crying. You know what I mean? Like, it's like everything is just happening the way the wind is blowing, the sunshine is out. Like, the connection is good. Everything is just perfect. Because we're not thinking of ourselves. It's not about us.
Well, I appreciate you letting me in here.
And I'm sure you'll keep me posted. You can hit me up.
I will. Thank you.
Okay.